Alrighty, so this is going to be a reading for my Aries. Thank you so much for joining me back on my YouTube channel. We're gonna go ahead and hop straight into it. If you are new, welcome. Join the Mystical Tribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, honey. You do not want to miss any of my readings in the future. All right, and if you are returning, thank you so much for being a loyal subscriber through all the transitions this channel has gone through. Okay, from me being on camera to me not being on camera to me kind of being on camera and just being all over the place. All right, so thank you so much. We're gonna get straight into it. Quick disclaimer for anybody who's new to my channel: this is gonna be a general this is going to be a general message, so everything that I say may or may not pertain to you specifically. Definitely make sure you're using a level of discernment since it is general, and your best bet is going to be a personal session. And if you are looking for something that is going to be personal and with me, my information will be listed below in the description box for you. I also will have it posted right here, and you guys can check me out on my website, my official website, okay? Also, if you do want to join our members only lives, where I go live, we chit chat, okay, I answer questions, things of that nature. It's only $5 a month to join us, so you can get your questions answered live instead of having to book a whole personal session. If you're interested in that, I will have the link posted below if you don't see the join button next to the subscribe button, because YouTube is playing games, okay? I'm approved for the memberships, but the join button sometimes doesn't show up if you're not on a computer. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and get straight into the messages. When I was shuffling your cards, I really got a sense that my Aries are in this evolutionary stage, right? This is like a transformational stage. This is like understanding the layers of yourself that has been holding you back from being to where you want to be. So this is like self-realization, again, like I said, self-transformation, transformational work. Let's use that word, okay? But definitely with the aura card for a lot of my Aries, this is a need for you guys to really tune into what the hell is going on with your energy. For some of you, some days it's like your energy is like in a really, really good place. Other days it's in a really like weird space. Okay, so for a lot of you with the aura card, this may be checking in and seeing like what are you doing to aid to like your energy being all over the place. Is this like you being out of balance with your emotions, not really staying in touch with them? Is this like being just all over the place as far as your eating habits and not really, taking in the right nutrients? That's why you emotionally may not be feeling right. This may also be you needing to tune into what exactly the relationships you have around you are entailing. Do you have people around you who are supportive, or do you have people around you who are just a burden and energetically just draining you and making you feel as if you just have too much shit going on, okay? Also, this is like you guys taking in consideration of maybe having a spiritual bath, especially going into the new year, honey. You need a spiritual bath. You need to wash away all of last year's burdens, energetic funkiness, okay? Because sometimes it's not even your own energy. If you just have people around you who are toxic and they just have bad energy, honey, you just gonna soak it up. So you want to be very, very much aware of what exactly you're allowing into your energy force field. Now we do have the emotion card, and again, this is like you guys tuning into your emotional well-being, understanding your emotions, actually not brushing them off to the side. For a lot of my Aries, you could have moments where you do that, okay? Some of you definitely need to stop allowing yourself to kind of disregard your emotions or put them off to the side. For others of you, this is more of understanding that emotions are energy in motion, okay? Energy in motion. That's why I designed this card this way with a little dash in the middle, so that you can understand that emotions are just energy in motion. So it's not going to be a constant thing where you're going to be upset every single day. One day you might be upset, the next day you might be in higher spirits, the other day things of that nature. So understanding that it's emotion and that you shouldn't make decisions based off of you being in an emotional state of like disarray, okay? Just because, you couldn't get bonbons that day because you're on your period doesn't mean lash out and delete your social media. Okay, that's for somebody out there. But I'm definitely seeing things of that nature where, like, emotionally, if you're not in the right space, you can make decisions that aren't smart. Now, when it comes to you guys just evolving, like I said, this is like you guys boiling up to some hot shit, okay? Excuse my language, all right? I'm getting excited because I'm an Aries. But this is you guys really like evolving, and with you evolving, this is like taking shit to the next level. Like, this is next level evolution, okay? And this is like you guys finally bursting out of this, like, how do I explain this? It's kind of like with the volcano, literally how I designed this card. With the volcano, it's like there's so much pressure building up inside of the volcano. Even though you can't really see it, when it finally does erupt, it's erupting, okay? So for a lot of you, there's a lot of passion that's building up within you going into the new year. This could also be a little bit of pressure that you may be feeling out, or you may be feeling from the outside world, from people around you. But for a lot of you, this is gonna either make you, for some of you, like burst in a sense of like blow your top off mentally, or for some of you, like, again, this is you guys bursting into creativity, bursting into opportunities, okay? Now, we're going to go over here to the table, okay, and we're going to look at the rest of the spread. If you're interested in checking it out, please stick around, all right? We're going to transfer, and we're going to look at the cards, all right? Now that we're sitting at the table, we can go ahead and start covering just the overall energy that I'm seeing here. So the first thing I want to talk about, Aries, is what you came from last week, because we do need to understand, like I always say, where you came from to know where we're going. So with the Journey card here and the Judgment card, last week's energy, you guys were really on a self-discovery mission, okay? This is like realizing that maybe you didn't really know yourself like how you thought you knew yourself. Sometimes we feel like we got things so figured out and we just know what is going to be the next plan of action for ourselves until life throws a curveball, until life, puts us on a different path or puts us in a different situation, and we're forced to, change the way that we viewed our situation or what we thought was going to be our situation. Now, with the self-discovery journey that a lot of my Aries were having to go through last week, or realizing that you were having to go through, this made you really go through some sort of wake-up call. This is like heavy energy, Aries. Jeez. Heavy energy you guys may have been in. You could have had moments where it was like you really wanted to give up on yourself. You could have felt like you were the only person that really understood what journey you were on, whether that's like your spiritual journey or even your journey towards being financially prosperous. But with the Judgment card, you really had some sort of wake-up call or realization of like what tactics, or not even tactics, what things you may have been entertaining that has been holding you back from progressing. Okay, and this is like making better decisions. For some of you, you could have even made some decisions to improve your future, or certain like final calls on certain things that you were just like, look, I'm done with dealing with the same energy. Okay. Yeah, clarifying this, I do have the Knight of Cups and I do have the Knight of Swords. Now, for a lot of you, you wanted more opportunities to come your way. What I will say is, for some of you, you may have acted too quickly on certain things in the past. But for a lot of you, you were really determined to make things change in your situation. You guys may have realized that things were really in your control. Others of you in the past, you could have had somebody who tried to pursue you emotionally, who comes in and out of your life, and you decided finally that you may have been done with that, or this person may have decided finally that they're done with the in and out. Or for some of you, you could have even decided to like full on see where things could go with this person. But moving forward, let's talk about this week's energy. We do have the Footsteps card clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, this is about you guys taking the proper steps currently to make things change, to shift things into alignment. This is realizing that the only way for things to progress is for you to take little steps here and there to change the circumstances. For a lot of you as well, this is you guys taking steps towards dealing with your emotional issues instead of just masking them and just doing certain things to kind of act like it's not there, whether that's like self-medication or just, not really paying attention to your emotional well-being overall. For a lot of you, you will be having a chance to
like I said, progressively work on things that may be going on in your situation. Especially with the Page of Pentacles, I do see a new money opportunity come your way, or good news happen in regards to finances. If you have been waiting for some sort of good news, I do see it actually come in for you, whether that's like a new job or a turn of events in your financial situation. But what I will say is make sure you're not just being conflicted and all in your head and not making decisions because of that, okay? Excuse me. Excuse me. Alrighty. But back to what I see here. The obstacle that may come up, I do have right affirmations and I do have the 9 of Wands. So the obstacle that may come up, Aries, is the fact that you guys may not be feeling as confident sometimes. There may be moments where you're just like, oh, I can't do anything right. I can't get this right. I can't get that right. And this may be, you know, tearing at your mindset and making you feel like you're almost really at your wit's end with your creative ideas. You could be feeling like a creative block, or feeling as if like just creatively you have so much on your plate that sometimes you don't know what the hell to do. Okay. Now, clarifying the 9 of Wands, I do have the 7 of Swords. So this could also be you kind of being fed up with a situation with somebody who's deceptive. This may be with another fire sign. This is only going to apply to you if you're dealing with another fire sign or possibly an air sign where they're, you know, a liar a little bit. But a lot of you could just be at your wit's end with somebody who's not truthful, and you're just tired of them playing games and just coming in and out of your life just to begin with. But what I will say is you really do need to make sure with this card being in this position that you are writing affirmations. If it's not writing it, it's saying it every day when you wake up and actually believe in it. All right. Especially when you feel like you're almost to the point of breaking, you really want to stay on top of your responsibilities because that could actually set you behind. Now, when it comes to the advice I can give you, Aries, I do have the Synchronicities card clarified by the 8 of Cups. And for a lot of you, if there's certain signs within a relationship where it's like, no, I know you're cheating on me, or no, I know you're not going to evolve in the way that you handle this relationship, or evolve the certain things that you may not care for that you've discussed with your partner that you may want them to change. You could be noticing that, hey, this person is not willing to change. This person is not willing to do what they need to do for this connection. And this may be a sign that you guys may need to move forward and look for something that's going to be more emotionally fulfilling. Also with the 8 of Cups, if again, emotionally, you're not feeling connected to something, it's time for you to peace out instead of sticking around. Especially if this is like disappointments emotionally. If there are certain situations where you know somebody is emotionally immature, don't even bother giving that energy. Just take the mental clarity from that situation and move forward so that you can be on a journey of self-fulfillment. All right. Now, when it comes to what I'm seeing for the outcome, we do have the Go with the Flow card, and we also have the Empress. I love this. So for a lot of my Aries, for majority of you, this is really speaking to you guys going with the flow towards the end of this week. This is realizing that things aren't necessarily fully out of your control, but there's certain things that you can't force to happen any faster than what it is. So this is realizing what you can control and what you can't, and using what you can control to your advantage to shift things in perspective. So this is like working on your work ethic, especially in a job, to make sure that you produce more money for yourself. And for a lot of you, if you are trying new strategies out, I am seeing more abundance for you. I am seeing new opportunities. You just need to make sure that you're going with the flow of your situation and not being so forceful here. Clarifying that I do have the 8 of Swords and I do have the 8 of Cups. So again, there's moments where you feel like your hands are tied and you feel like emotionally that makes you upset, but there may be a need for you to understand why certain things are the way that it is. Okay. This may be you guys needing to let go of disappointments of the past and be more forward focused. Okay. Especially if you do want to see things change. Being caught up in this whole emotional confusion type of thing is only going to throw you off. So you really need to go within, Make sure you're balanced in your energy, and make sure that you also have a balanced perspective as well if you do want to see things shift in a more positive light. All right, so that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching this. If you were able to take something from this, I'm super, super glad. Make sure you let your girl know, okay? Also, if you do want a personal session or you want to join our members only lives, again, that information will be below as well as on the screen whenever I could post it, okay? And thank you guys so much for your constant support. I really, really do appreciate it. And I will see each and every one of you in the next one. Bye, Aries.